Ready for the mosh pit, Shaka Bra.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to StrangeCast Play One Virtual's Life is Strange fan podcast. This is episode 113, Side A. I'm one of your hosts, Adnan Riaz. My co-host, Adam Evalt, is here. Adam, you here?
I am here. I am in frat territory, but I'm here live on the scene.
You are live on the scene, reporting live from frat boy territory. Sounds like a
Yes.
scary movie. Skip that.
It is quite terrifying every day. I hate it here, but we're still here.
Yes, we are still here, and the podcast is still here. There's just everything is still here, which is the main thing, because we're in September territory. We're heading towards 2026, which is a frightening prospect.
Yeah.
But we are here and we're back for StrangeCast. So if you are new here, please do consider dropping a subscribe on the channel, turn notifications, like the video, share your friends. We're almost at 2100 subscribers. We might have crossed that now. We were at 2100, but we lost subscribers. So we're just on that threshold. So if you can subscribe, that'd be amazing. And StrangeCast is available on all podcast services. So we're available on Spotify with the video version, Apple Podcasts. Go and check us out there. Go and rate us. Go and download us. You get instant access to the episodes as soon as they become available. We have 50 plus ratings on Spotify. We have also over 330 followers on Spotify as well, which is amazing. So please do go and check us out there because you get instant access to the podcast as soon as they become available. So for an FYI, we're recording the 13th of September. This is the day I'm going to sit down and start editing the second part of the Michel and Luc interview. That's also going to come out in its full entirety as well at some point. So do stay tuned for that. I'm trying to handle it as much as I can as well. It's just a lot of moving parts, try and filter the interview out. Obviously, thank you for all the incredible feedback on the first part, which has been amazing. We are on Patreon as well, so you can check us out via Patreon as well. There is a Patreon incentive live, at least at the time of recording. Maybe it's still live when this goes out. I'm hoping it goes out on the Monday, maybe. I'm not too sure. But yeah, just wait for us. It's a lot of moving parts now. So it's going to be either this comes first or the Michel interview comes first and Luc interview comes first. Likely this one. Maybe the Michel Luc interview will be ready later in the week / going into next week. So bear with us with that. Adam, we're back. First part is going to be heavily Life is Strange TV dominated as well. The continuation of that. Should we go into our first piece at least?
Yeah, I like starting things heavy. Let's do this.
Oh, yeah, the tone has been set for this podcast. I'm deeply, deeply worried about that. But Adam, first piece of news. This is going to be just a tweet as it is. So Don't Nod has finally responded to the Life is Strange TV news. So as you can see there, 9th of September, Don't Nod has put, Life is Strange has always been more than a game, and we couldn't be more proud to see it being adapted for TV. Congratulations to everyone at Amazon MGM Studios, Square Enix, Story Kitchen, Lucky Chapin saying we can't wait this new chapter unfold. Adam, Don't Nod has responded to the news.
Cool. Great. They finally responded. Like they responded in the most Don't Nod way. Like that I don't know. It's kind of like, oh, good, cool. They're making a game, or they're making a show about us. Congratulations to everybody involved except for us. Congrats. Yeah.
I think it's more because I saw someone on Reddit put it on like the Life is Strange subreddit. I don't know who it was, but they were like, "Don't Nod give their blessing for this TV show." I was like, I'm like, blessing?
Where to cope? Like that's some straight Kobe. Like, oh, they've given their blessing.
Yeah.
Like, no, they're. Have you ever worked in PR, Adnan? Have you ever worked with PR people? Has anybody on the internet?
I've had to
Like
deal
that?
with a lot of them.
That's the thing, man. Like the internet drives me insane sometimes because you can tell that nobody's ever worked in PR or like shooken hands with a PR person or worked anything corporate before, especially anything corporate, and it shows. Because if you take this tweet and say like, "Don't Nod gave their blessing," whoa, reports are in. Don't Nod actually likes it when they're not involved in their own products that they were involved in. It's
Because I can show you something as well with a tweet.
Except for all of our fans. All of our fans are perfect. I love all of our fans. They're so nice.
Of course they are. Of course they are. But like, look at this, for example. This is why it's not as being like. So the first sentence, Life is Strange has always been more than a game, and we couldn't be more proud to see it being adapted for TV. Now that is, and if you remember here, let me just quickly show this on screen if you can pulse up. There it is. So if you remember in this press release, this is Dmitri M Johnson and Mike Goldberg from Story Kitchen, where they're like, Story Kitchen has always believed that Life is Strange deserved to be more than just a game. It's a cultural touchstone. So it's like
Whoa.
literally that
Yeah.
entire like sentence, but like, in
If I can
rephrased things.
if I can pull a Hillary Clinton when she said Pokemon go to the polls, like cultural touchstone, more like this culture needs to go touch grass, like kind of thing. Like, God dang it, dude. Like, no, Donut did not give their blessing. They're just like, hey, cool, it's happening, and we're recognizing that it's happening. Like, we are acknowledging that this is happening without us. We are looking inside the party from the outside window, and we own the house. We don't even
Yeah,
own the house. We sold our house, so that's great. That's wonderful. I don't know.
ba-
It's such
basically
a
that.
weird thing. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
so weird. So weird. Um yeah, no, we were talking about this the other podcast like, where we just talked about the show where everybody's involved except for them. Now, Square is involved, which when I talked about Fallout show, the Fallout show being like Bethesda was there, but they're
Mhm.
not the original creators of Fallouts. Wasn't it
Obsidian.
I wanted to say it was Obsidian, but I think it was I don't know if it was Obsidian. The same creators of Fallout went on to Obsidian, but I
Tim
forget if it
Kaine.
yeah, Tim Kaine. I don't know if it was Obsidian. I know like but
1997
Tim
video game. It's Interplay Productions.
Interplay. Yes, thank you. But then Tim Kaine went on to Obsidian. So, but yeah, Interplay would have been the creators, and Tim Kaine
Yeah.
would have been. But Tim Kaine wasn't in the Fallout show. It was
Mhm.
Bethesda and Todd Howard. So technically speaking, this is the same situation happening because Square
Yeah.
owns the rights to Life is Strange. So there are people who own the rights to the IP that are involved.
Yeah.
So technically speaking, when I said like the creators aren't there, we're talking about the Tim Kaines of the
Mhm.
Fallout show. But yeah, no, it's
So, just to add
yeah,
on to what you're saying as well, because I think it kind of like jumps springboards off it. It's kind of like when you when you joked to me, it's like what was Luke saying in that last message you on the previous podcast as well. And
yeah,
Luke will come back into this later on because he's one of the news topics. But you're saying like what does the hidden meaning of Luke's tweet mean? And even IGN acknowledged it in their article. It's quite funny. Like you put this in this kind of way, and even Reddit
yeah.
threads did it. And even with the Don't Nod tweet, which I'll pull back up as well on the screen for people, my kind of comparison with this is, and it kind of bounces off what you're saying. One of my favorite things to watch in my pastime hobby is some old chess matches, like famous chess matches. And there's a guy called Marto who does like commentary on it. Famous chess match, game of the century. So it's Don O'Brien versus Bobby Fischer. Bobby Fischer's 13 years old. Don O'Brien is, I think he's one of America's leading chess masters at the time, world champion. And obviously, the famous story is that Bobby Fischer beats him as well. So he's 13 years old. But one of the commentary lines on that always stands out for me is basically when Bobby Fischer's about to win. Bobby Fischer has trapped Don O'Brien's king. And basically, like all his other chess pieces are on the other side of the board with like the queen and stuff. And it's like, he makes a line, this guy, the YouTuber Marto, he's like, they're all just watching this king get slaughtered. It's like they're just watching helplessly from the sidelines. That's basically Don't Nod right now. You can't do anything about it. As you said, Square owns the IP. You can't say anything. You can't do anything. And
You
Don't Nod
sold
is
the yeah,
watching like don't know is watching like a helpless animal at this point because you can't say anything about it because it's not going to make any difference. It's probably just going to look bad on PR, etc., etc. And that's it. It's basically one of those like really Homer Simpson smile episodes when Ned Flanders pulls his hooks with it. That's what it is. Because what can you say
yeah.
about it? What can you do?
By the way, me learning that you watch old chess matches is the most autistic British person thing you've ever told me in the
I love chess.
entirety of our friendship.
I love chess. It's great. Yeah, but I got interested in it at one point. I was watching that, and I was watching one of the craziest matches I ever watched was Robert Oppenheimer versus Albert Einstein. So two of the
Yeah.
most like people who created one of the most two most destructive, like the most destructive weapon on the planet, are playing a chess match. It's like quite poetic a little bit
So did
in my
you
eyes.
watch the chess match where the opponent he loses, he slams his hand on a table, gets up and shakes the hand? Did you see that?
Is that who is that? What is that? It's not Magnus Carlsen, is it?
Oh yeah, yeah, it was. It was that
Oh yeah,
match
yeah,
where he just
yeah,
slams his head,
yeah. He's like,
shakes his hand, and walks away.
yeah,
I was
I've
like,
seen that.
that was perfect. The memes behind that, there was like a TikTok where they were playing Uno and the same thing happens. So that was
Yeah, very,
um
very it's Magnus Carlsen core that
yeah.
drama. But yeah, I think like
See,
basically this
that's
is
our reaction when we're seeing this happen because like we can't do anything about it. So we're just slamming our hands on the table and just shaking Square's hand like, fine, good play, good play.
you
There's
can't do
nothing we
anything
can do.
about it. No, you can't do anything
Yeah.
about it. It's the same with double exposure as well. It's like when we watched Max, from my opinion, as well, get character assassinated. You can't do anything about it. I even put out there saying the Don't Nod team must feel even more helpless about it because you can't do anything
Yes.
about it. Like whatever decisions are made now, decisions made. Like I also understand it in like like a wider context. I understand why, for example, um, like Taylor Swift wanted her master albums back from Scooter Braun because like you all felt like a
Yeah.
helpless animal not owning the property that you have, and that's not slaying the TV show because like I think we need to keep talking about like kind of like the kind of position because I've kind of technically not taken a full position on this right now at the moment because like it could turn out to be a full blown masterpiece. Is that likely? I don't think so. But like, could it still be decent and okay? Maybe. But there's still like a ton of red flags there in terms of that you need to address. And it's not even a sly against Charlie Covell or Dimitri or any of those people because it's about how the show is built, who's running it, how it's being run, the productions, etc., etc. So those all come into play with it. So it's interesting nonetheless. But if you have anything else to say, you can add it on, but or we can move into the next topic because it kind of pivots off of what we're talking about anyway.
Yeah, no, let's pivot because I mean we've said everything we needed to say in the last show.
Yeah. So Adam, as you can see here, this is going to be obviously be two big ones. Michel Koch, obviously, Life is Strange 1 and 2 co-creator, co-director, Lost Records Bloom and Rage director, studio creative director at Nod Montreal, has tweeted here saying on the September the 9th as well, putting, wow, 10 years later, having our story reach a wider audience is an immense honor. I can't wait for more people to discover Max and Chloe's journey. And then obviously Jean-Luc Cano as well, the mastermind writer behind Lost Records, Bloom and Rage, Life is Strange 2, Captain Spirit, big key architect on the Life is Strange series. Also responded here as well. He put Don't Nod's tweet in an Instagram post. Don't Nod's Instagram post had the the caption, all the other stuff that they put on social media. And then Jean-Luc as well put there as well saying, I've never been so proud in Instagram. So
Mm.
two key architects responding. Obviously, Christian Devine has responded saying that none of the creators were involved, just as it was. He's been making the news as well. Christian Devine with putting that tweet out there as well. A lot of news outlets have picked it up, but
By the
rightfully so.
way, Christian Devine and me are just we're kindred, like we're kindred
Yeah,
souls, me and him.
yeah.
I don't hold anything back, and neither does Christian Devine. I respect the man.
Yeah, do you know when Luke is like hallucinating on like an Empire Strikes Back near the beginning because he's like stuck in the snowstorm and like Obi-Wan appears to him as well. For me, that would be Christian Divine, like my master like Jedi. It's either gonna be him or Michelle or Jean-Luc or maybe Luke or someone. It's gonna be one of it's gonna be all of them actually. There's gonna be all the Life is Strange architects just appear
Yeah.
and like get up. I'm like, okay. like, um
No, it's
yeah,
just
so
really like once again with Michelle, with Jean Luc. There's nothing really more they can say. Like what are we
no.
in the same way? What if they made a strange cast? I don't know. I won't say a movie, or like a radio show, like an iHeart
Mm,
radio show, and they say
I
like,
could
oh,
see I could see Chris Pratt playing you.
yeah,
Just
another
putting
white
that out
guy,
there.
yeah.
Yeah. It's a me, Adam Evalt.
I was gonna say Christian Bale because I yell so much, but Chris Pratt
Ooh,
too.
that could be a good casting actually for you.
Yeah, Christian Bale and me, like we're hand in hand. But toxic human beings, all in one play.
I
But
think,
yeah,
before we continue as well, I think Emma Myers would play me. I think she'd do a very good job. I'm on the Emma Myers bandwagon, man. People are hating on her for no reason. It's
I
so
know.
weird.
I've been seeing that. Like, what the
Like,
heck?
what? Because obviously, like, I stood in my ground where it's like, I would like an unknown actor to have a breakthrough, very Life is Strange, coded, etc. But if you were going to go for like an established actor, I would want her. And the funniest discourse I've seen from people is like, she plays two high energy characters at the minute. I'm like, she's a fucking actor. I'm like,
Yeah,
she's an actor. Also, have you ever seen her interviews? Like,
yeah.
literally, that is Emma Myers, who literally is like Max in terms of the way she acts. She's older, yes,
Like,
yada 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 yada. But like, we're talking about an acting profession. That's like saying like, oh, Katy Bentz can't play Steph Gingrich because, like, this reason. And it's like, hang on a minute, you do realize she's an actress, right? Like, if I
Yeah.
give Katy Bentz a script, she's going to be reading it and be like, okay, I can do this because that's what she's trained into her life, you know?
Yep.
But anyway, sorry, continue.
And all the other things, like with actors, and even like I'm going to say as a composer, that's why in my latest album, The Rise and Fall of Cast Garden, go support it on Bandcamp. In the same way, there was that section where I had Steven Joseph say, and he wants to be a rap producer. How is he going to do that? And I immediately produce for rap in the same way of just like, I like music. You put me in a job for music, and Rise and Fall of Cast Garden was my mark to say, like, this is what I can do as a composer.
Yeah.
This is what I can do as a musician, in a way of just like, you give me a job, I'm going to research the job and I'm going to accomplish the job.
Yeah.
Same thing for actors and actresses. You give them a job, they research the job. It's not impossible for them.
Yeah.
The worst take I've ever heard in my life. The worst take, and this is somebody close to me. This is a family member of mine. Said that Tom Hanks is the worst actor in the world. Yeah, because all he ever plays is Tom Hanks. And I'm like, what are you smoking, dude? And dude, I confronted this guy because I'm Christian Divine. I was like, what are you talking about, my guy? Bad takes all around. This is the same guy that said he he orders cheesesteaks without the cheese, ketchup, and mustard. And I was like, that's disgusting, dude. And the argument in his pocket is like, oh, do you like McDonald's burgers? I was like, no, because McDonald's uses ketchup and mustard. And I was like, no, I hate McDonald's burgers. But anyways, bad takes. In the same way that they think that Tom Hanks is worse because he only plays Tom Hanks, I'm like, what are you talking about? Same way with this. Emma Myers, like, oh, only high energy. It drives me
weird.
insane.
It's weird.
It's
Like, I'm
weird.
sorry. Like, she's a very ranged actor, and also her personal, like, if you watch, I would say the interviews are reflective of the people who they are, and like Emma Myers' interviews very much tell you that she is very deeply introverted and max coded in a lot of kind of ways. But
Dumb
um,
take. Yeah.
but continue though.
Anyways,
You were saying about
they,
Luke and Michelle. No, Luke
but like
Michelle.
in the
Sorry,
same
Michelle
way
and
that
Jean-Luc.
like if the original point, ADHD going back. Uh excuse me. But yeah, originally I was saying that like, what if they made like an iHeart radio show and it was like
Yeah.
based on StrangeCast, but we sold the rights to iHeart Radio.
Mhm.
One, we're sitting pretty. Me and you are just like, It's like, but at the same time, if they made an iHeart show, people will be looking to us and saying, hey, what do you feel about that? And because we sold the rights and there's nothing we can do about it, all we can put on Twitter and Blue Sky is just like, oh,
Yeah.
StrangeCast was supposed to be more than a podcast. It should have been like a whole series of it. Like, what else could we say?
You can't escape it. You can't escape it. It's the same with Cliffy B with Gears of War. It's the
Yeah.
same with Shinji Mikami with Resident Evil. Same with Kojima with Metal Gear Solid. Same with Amy Hennig and Uncharted, Jade Raymond and Assassin's Creed. You basically are stuck in a corner, and it's very hard to even ask interview questions because they'll just give you. They will normally give you just like a PR response as well because they're not going to say anything. Michelle is not going to go on Twitter, and neither is Jean-Luc as well on Instagram and slate this and bash this. And I don't even think Christian Divine's tweet was doing that either as well. I think Christian Divine just
No,
basically
Christian
said,
Divine was
well,
just he was
they
just
just
saying
said
what
that,
they were all thinking. Like
yeah,
that's it. Like they're not mad about it. It's just more of like, wow, that's how business runs. Like
yeah.
that's literally how it's done. It's just no,
And
that's the
also,
business
we are here. That's kind of like a response of like, we are here. You could have reached out to us and responded. Like, I don't know
industry.
whether they did or not. That's a different story. But like, you could have reached out to us, brought us on board, asked for feedback,
Mhm.
and that's just like not coming to play. So it's like it's just kind of response being like we're not involved and like we can't do anything about it. I think like you basically the creators and stuff are just going to be in that corner. I think like obviously Michelle sees it as kind of like a maybe more people are introduced like to the show, people are introduced like to the
Sure.
characters and stuff. I do wonder if Don't Nod will benefit from this from its royalty license as well because like I don't know if that's
I
just
mean,
from the sales of the first game or if it's with any license of the characters and stuff like that in it. Obviously, there might be a knock-on effect. People play it and they go play the first game.
Yeah, it's
sales go
just
up
like
on that.
Fallout. Yeah,
Yeah,
Fallout 3 is like the sales for that went skyrocketing, dude.
yeah,
And the same reason it's the same reason why yesterday Nintendo had a direct and they announced, "Oh, we're going to make the Mario Galaxy movie." And guess
yeah,
what, everybody? We're going to give you the same games and they're going to be $40 each. Isn't that crazy, guys? What a crazy
yeah,
coincidence. Because they know that like you get hyped for a movie, you get hyped for an IP,
yeah,
money flies. I'm still excited to play Galaxy 2, regardless of
mhm,
it being $40 by itself. But like
yeah,
that's a knock-on effect. If you make a really good Life is Strange show, they're gonna want to play the original game, especially if it's beat for beat the same game.
mhm,
They're the same story as the game, right? Beat for
yeah,
beat. They're gonna want to play the game. Therefore, they're gonna buy it. You know,
yeah.
now here's the real dilemma. Here's the real dilemma. Do people buy the original or do they buy the remaster? They're
See,
gonna
that's the
see
thing.
yeah, they're gonna see the
And
remaster.
also,
Yeah.
and sorry to add on to that, Square is also marketing that remaster more than the original game in every corner of the Life is Strange collection. Like last 3 or 4 years, literally, that is the only game that exists, not the first, because it has that over autonomy on the remaster
Yeah.
collection.
Yeah, that's the really big dilemma is that like, yeah, players with Skyrim and if you don't watch the show where we
Mm.
reported on our favorite segment was patch notes for the remaster. Once again, more patch notes, everybody. Uh, so I can't wait to replay that. Um, with the whole collection. Eh,
Uh,
Yeah, man, it's still gonna be busted, man. My point being is that like, yeah, if it's a really good show,
yeah,
well, where do they go to? Because they're not gonna go back to the original. They're gonna see remaster, and it's not
yeah,
their fault. Like, put this for an example, right? I'm trying to think. Oh, like, okay, so Skyrim, like everybody loves Skyrim.
yeah.
But if you're a new player, Adnan, are you gonna play the remastered version, like that's been remastered
Mm,
3 times already? Or are you gonna go back to the 2011 version, the vanilla 2011? You know, you're gonna go to remaster
yeah,
automatically. So in the same way, people watch the show and they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna go for the upgraded version,"
yeah.
naturally. Like, I don't blame them,
And
but that
And it
sucks.
also depends if you become entrenched in the series, if you get really involved in it. Because obviously, like Yakuza, for example, you always get people saying like you play it with the Japanese version, you play it with the audio, you don't play it with the English dub on it because like not many people play it with the English dub. So unless you
Mhm,
become fully involved with the series, and then you go on the Reddit where you're saying, "Should I play the remaster collection or the original version?" You're going to get different responses from people.
mhm.
So most people will play the remaster collection first. Likely, it's also the cheaper one because you can buy it in different packages. The Life is Strange collection, the Arcadia Bay collection, etc. Life is Strange Liz 1
Or
is on its own.
or even the Kingdom Hearts: The Story So Far collection.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like that it's just it's gonna be natural. It sucks, man. It's so weird. It's just a weird time
Yeah.
to be a life
My
stranger.
my only hope is that it has more exposure than Michel and Jean-Luc, for example, because if people get interested in Life is Strange with that, then maybe they go and play Lost Records because they're like, oh, what other games are like this? Because I played this for the first time because of the TV show. And then you kind of get pivoted towards like Lost Records and other things. Maybe
Yeah.
that's wishful thinking because it's not always a kind of binary effect from things, but maybe that kind of does open a door up for people to kind of go enjoy those kind of things because like Liz
Yeah,
Liz does
there are
need an exposure. It needs to get its injection back in terms of popular culture, back in influence, and Square Enix is desperately trying to stoke the flames of like getting
and the
this back
problem with
into the
Square is
mainstream.
that they say they wanna be good marketers, but they suck at marketing, dude. Like,
Also,
it's awful.
as you're saying as well, Square are throwing the gasoline on the fire, like making it worse, aren't
They got
they?
rid of sleeping dogs, man. They got rid of sleeping
That's
dogs.
awful.
Like, if we're gonna bring a dead franchise back together, I know we're a Life is Strange show, but bring sleeping dogs back, man.
What a game.
Like, you know, what
What a
an
game.
ending. And
Yeah.
it's just
That
remaster
game
it.
had
Just do
so much
remaster it.
potential. It had so much
Yeah.
potential to really like spawn off in something like that could have had like a. He's a really bit bold, but it could have had like a Yakuza effect where it started to build itself into pop culture later down the line. Because like Yakuza wasn't that like Yakuza's mainstream appeal was in Yakuza Zero coming out in the Western market. That literally put it onto the radar now. Like now only recently it's embracing the Like a Dragon tag in North America and Europe. Like those are the entry names of the game. It was called Yakuza before that. but now because of Yakuza Zero's influence, it's like insane. So it's like with Life is Strange, maybe you do that, maybe you don't. Also, well, there's another effect which makes it even like more difficult
Yes.
because like maybe not everyone gets involved in this TV show. I have like a lot of things about the TV show, like I think the best idea would have just been to create a new universe story in that. I would have even made a story where Max and Chloe's story is going on, but you play a student or you follow a student within that. Like you could just make a character and just plant them in there and do kind of a story whilst things are going on in that universe. There's more kind of things to play around with, but just doing a Max and Chloe story and then doing it on a choice-based game as well. Oh my god, it's like the tallest order ever. It's like Jesus Christ, like, how do I follow that? Like it truly is that kind of like that old say. It's like how do I
Yeah.
follow that? Unless you're
Yeah.
making Empire Strikes Back, I don't really know what you're going to be doing here. It's like
It's strange, man. It's strange. Huh?
it's strange.
Yeah.
Life is strange, and maybe we
Life
can move
is
into our next topic because it does continue on the discourse, Adam. If you are ready to move on.
I love discourse.
Yes, you do love discourse, and I think a good part of the discourse is Adam. Next part, here's well here. It's one of our near last
Oh
topics as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
Mr. Luc Baghadoust, studio executive producer at Nod Montreal, Life is Strange, 1, 2, Captain Spirit, executive producer. I think he's the producer on that. I don't know the credits. The credits always say he's a producer, but I think Luke said he's the
Yeah, I
executive
think he's a
producer.
producer. So he's not the writer. So, and if anybody is unfamiliar with what a producer does on a show, it's kind of a mixed bag. They're a producer in a way of like money, like they are producing it in terms of like they're giving money to the show, or they're directly involved in a way of just like casting or
Yeah,
um managing the text. Like it could mean a lot of different things. I think this gentleman though is going to be currently in the production of he is currently involved of the production of the
yeah,
show, making sure that people are set in place and where they are. If you ever see like producer though, most likely they just gave money to the thing.
yeah, yeah. So it's kind of like that, and also you have like different, even like in the games division. Like I think, like Luke's an executive producer of Lost Records,
Yeah.
but then you have like Kathy. Kathy's a producer on it, so you have like people in different producing roles as well. So, but yeah, as you can see that there's Luke as well, who's as I just said, his resume. Then obviously Dmitri M Johnson, who's Story Kitchen's founder and producer, had an interesting exchange on Instagram. So as you can see there, Luke put congratulations. That was 6 days ago from the 11th of September, and then Dmitri put thank you. If only we could do something together with a thinking face. And then Luke responded with hearts and fire. So an interesting response Adam made, obviously trying to decipher things. My kind of first response is Dimitri's like, if only we could do something. Well, do it. Like, get him in Life is Strange. Like,
Okay, you want to
come
know my
on,
take
man. Go on.
So, how long has Dimitri wanted to make this show?
9 years.
Dimitri loves Life is Strange. Dimitri loves Michel Koch. He loves Luke. Like let's put that on the record, on the lost record. Oh,
Oh. Thomas Merch is gonna love that. You're gonna be time
yeah.
stamping all these puns.
He. I'm gonna put like a bet here, right? Dimitri is an absolute Hearthstone fan of Life is Strange.
Yeah.
He loves their work and he understands the product because he's been trying to do this for 9 years.
Mhm.
Here's the dilemma, okay? Square is involved. Square does not like Don't Nod. Square does not like Michel Koch. Square does not like anybody. Square doesn't like us. Square is fully aware of who we
Allegedly.
are.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
He's putting this in a sweeping statement. Let me just FYI that. But continue.
I love sweeping. Love sweeping. But like there are people in the Life is Strange community within that realm that know who we are. And I still have not received my free denim jacket. Like what the hell?
That's
Uh
true.
so because of Square's, let's just say, constrictive policies, right? Probably Dimitri wants to have the original creators. He wants them. I'm telling you right now, Dimitri knows and respects the series so much that he went out to Luke and said, maybe we could work together. Square doesn't want that happening. Square wants complete control of this IP. Allegedly. Okay. Allegedly. We don't know for sure, but Square has it's public knowledge in all the reports
Yeah.
And Square wants complete control of this IP. So to have them involved in this is like a no-go from Square. So I think once again we find that Dmitri is in the red tape of entertainment production. And there's a
Yeah.
lot of red tape in entertainment production, which is why whenever you see things that just like, oh man, there's no heart and soul, it's red tape, man. If you if you do, if you have dreams of like, I want to make it as a
Mm.
big producer, big TV writer, I want to be a big TV director. It's just like, okay, do you like red tape? Do you love red tape? That's all you're
Yeah.
gonna get, dude. That's all you're gonna get. I know that
It's
like to end my rant here.
mm,
I'm fully aware that if I want to compose for Skyrim or sorry, for Elder Scrolls 6, if I want to produce for that, I'm 100% fully aware there's going to be a massive amount of red tape. Like
yeah.
you have to go into that knowing you're going to face backlash, you're going to face red tape, you're going to face all these documents that you have to sign.
Yeah.
I think Dimitri's facing that. And that's why he went on Twitter and said, "Oh, I wish you could be involved."
Well, it says on Instagram, but anyway,
Oh,
yes, you're right
Instagram.
though.
Yes.
You're right though, because red tape and bureaucracy, which is what is the killer in this position. Because even it's mentioned in that first part of that Lost Records journal interview with Luke, where Luke says like, we own the IP, we have creative control over things, etc., etc. So it's like it shows you where the autonomy and creative vision can come into play. But then when you work under publishers and contracts are exchanged and all those other things, Square does have a massive grip on the influence on the franchise. It's obviously the IP holder. There is information in the public domain which supports Square's influence via Life is Strange and what it's exerting on things, etc. That has been documented in the series, even on other series as well, which has been documented as well. Yeah, Adam, like I've said before, like, I don't have anything with Dmitri M Johnson or Charlie Covell or any other person involved with this project. It's about, again, for me, I can't make my decision on where I feel about this TV show, even beyond for example, I don't even think it's the actors that are that much of an issue. I don't think it's anything. It's for me, it's this minute that I see how much Square Enix is having influence on the project, because the fact that Square Enix is attached to this project, that makes or breaks it, in all honesty. Because as I said, doesn't matter if it's Emma Meyer or Sophie Thatcher or any other person that is, even if it's me playing Max Caulfield, it doesn't matter to me. It's more about how much influence is Square exerting? What are they adding to scenes? What are they taking away from scenes? What are they including in the TV show, etc., etc. Double Exposure is an example of that. Because, for example, yeah, you probably could make a sequel to Life is Strange, even if the original creators didn't want that. There is room there to make things if you really want to. I know that's the market nowadays, to make a sequel to everything, but you can do that. But it depends on how much autonomy you're going to get, because Life is Strange to have a sequel really requires full autonomy, because you need to make something within that vein. And Dimitri's done interviews. I've read interviews all the way back to April and stuff like that, and he just sounds like a sound person, where it's like he cares about video game adaptations. I mean, Story Kitchen's built its entire most recent reputation on making video game adaptations, but what is he dealing with? What is he dealing with? Red tape and bureaucracy. What ideas has it? This TV show has taken 9 years to get off the ground. 9 years. And we only have a formal announcement of it. This is like a formal announcement of it. There's nothing more than we've got since then. They've gone quiet again. It's been like a week or something. I'm not saying expecting to be breaking news and everyone's going, it's gone quiet again. So basically, they've just confirmed that it exists now and it's going to happen. But what is
They
he
have
going
a
to be?
writer, they have a director, like they just announced like who's involved, but
Yeah,
we have I feel like we have more information about the Zelda movie than we do this, you know.
yeah,
Uh yeah, no, it's I think Dimitri wants Michel Koch to be a consultant, but I don't think Square wants to be involved. And when you have that sort of stranglehold onto what
yeah,
Dimitri can do. And again, I say this to anybody who wants to be in any kind of entertainment industry, right? Anybody, you're going to face this kind of red tape, which is why. And again, I'm going on the composing side. By the way, if anybody wants to know what I'm working on, if you're in the Raleigh area and in October 18th, uh, there's going to be an event called Oak City Indie Showcase.
mhm,
Uh, go check that out. There's going to be 3 games there that I
mhm,
did the music for. They're just not released yet, so I can't release the soundtracks just yet.
mm,
So the reason being, I write into those contracts that I work onto. I can sell it on Bandcamp. I can put it on streaming. If you go on Bandcamp, and I'm just talking as a production side, look up some major soundtracks. Look, you can't find the Fallout 3 soundtrack. You can't find I'm trying to think of like really really big ones like Skyrim, like the really big ones. You won't find any Call of Duty
Mhm.
soundtracks, right? Because they will have a stranglehold of like what they can do with your music. And
Yeah.
even if they do put it on, Bandcamp will have like major movie soundtracks, but it's under a production. Like
Yeah.
it's in the productions Bandcamp. It's not under the composer's Bandcamp. It's under the productions. There's a lot of
Mhm.
things that you have and you can't have
Yeah.
within it. If you want to be in entertainment, I'm sorry to tell you, but you're going to have to face like a lot of red tape, and that sucks. And that's why I love working on indie games because
Mm.
in indie games, I have a lot more autonomy and I have a lot more control of like where I can sell it. Like
Yeah.
I can shake the person's hand like, can I sell this on Bandcamp? And they say no. It's like
Mm.
the most likely they'll say yes. I love working on indie games in that sort of way.
By the way, as well, when you said you're gonna have to face the red tape, you missed the perfect opportunity to say you're gonna have to face the music. Big pun missed. Just saying that.
You're making me
Like,
say double exposure. No, you don't get praise for that.
no, you're right though. I think that's like even when you just give it the behind the scenes peek of like trying to get into that industry and you're seeing the mate, it's so
Yeah.
awful. It's so grim. It's
And
very
again, like
difficult. 'Cause
I
I go on.
talk to like the professional developers. Like I go out to these networking events and we talk a lot.
Mm,
And it's just the oh my god, the backlash, man. It sucks,
yeah.
man. Especially voice actors and composers.
Hmm.
You're gonna get the raw end of the stick
Yeah.
here, dude. In terms of like royalties and whatnot. Not to mention that developers like go in and out like shoes.
Yeah.
Like we already know that,
Hey,
and that
look at that
sucks.
The shoes thing you said as well. Look at Michael Jordan and the deal he struck famously with Nike to produce his shoes, and like not the fact that they took like he took the royalties from the deals which Nike didn't want to do to make Air Jordans, and look how much money it makes him. And then look, for example, where Tony Hawk also has talked about the Activision deal where they were trying to make him pay for like an off like a one-off fee rather than doing like royalties and stuff. And same with other people who have done royalty deals and stuff in the past. Like you want royalties because you know that there's a longer term kind of like revenue to be brought from it. Same with Life is Strange, for example. Look at Don't Nod, it still backlogs off its Life is Strange royalties
Yeah.
license because that's more beneficial to Don't Nod than just taking the one-off like sizable fee from things. And this might be a benefit where for the TV show does actually help it, maybe depends if it's the actual
Yeah.
original Life is Strange or not.
I
Like
mean, look at the author of The Witcher. He didn't think that the games would be any good. So he's like, I'll just give you a one-time fee. And then once the Witcher games like went really out here, he got so butthurt
yeah.
that didn't he help produce the TV series? I think he helped produce the TV series, and he's like, "No, I want royalties for the TV series." And so
Yeah.
he got so he got screwed, and then he's like, wait a second, hold on, that didn't say it in
Yeah.
the contract. I want more money." And just like, dude,
Well,
like I don't
but
know.
there's that famous example of Spielberg and Lucas as well when Lucas was
Oh
releasing Star Wars, and also Spielberg was releasing Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Lucas was releasing Star Wars, and Lucas was so convinced that Star Wars was going to fail, he did I think it's 2.5% or something royalty swap
yes,
with George Lucas, and it's like
yeah,
Spielberg is literally just like that. Like just like
like what?
cradling all this money that's like great, like amazing, like he's just basically like benefited from a massive like little that kind of thing. So yeah, it's very weird. If anything as well, to Dmitri M Johnson, the blessings to please deliver us a Lost Records TV show. That would be also a good one for us as well. I'd also want a Michel Shadow to appear, like during those like moments of the game.
I think
I
I think it's a good chance. I think we'll see
hope so.
Lost Records. I think we will because once again, I think Dimitri really because Dimitri has been wanting to work with Michelle and Luke for 9 years, and then we see this on Instagram, and the fact that Dimitri is like getting a lot of like networks about other video game series.
Mm.
I think it's a pretty good shot, and we're gonna see a Lost Records developed TV series.
Also, that's so much easier to adapt Lost Records into a TV show than Life is Strange because nothing changes. Like it's set, it's a
Yeah.
set story, isn't it? Like you can tell. I think so easy. It's because I that ironically again, Lost Records is like Life is Strange. It's heavily
Mm.
inspired by TV shows, but more so as well. And it's very TV formatted where you could basically just turn it into an adaptation quite easily.
If anything, and you can clip this show to send to Dimitri, right? if anything, you could do it like the Fallout show, and Lost Records can be a universe within what you can do with the show, right?
Yeah,
Or what with what the Abyss is and what it can do. And honestly, you can do it kind of like Agents of Shield, where
yeah,
Agents of Shield, they did episodes where it completely followed into the next Marvel movie, right? So
yeah.
if you watch the show and then you go into the next movie, it kind of like follows into that. So it could be kind of what am I thinking of? Like an adaptation where it just it's like a supplemental. It's a supplemental story
Yeah.
where it like goes into the next story and the next story. So
Mhm.
Dimitri, sign me
Room
up.
possibility there.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
If you need a composer, call Ruth. Call Ruth. Don't talk to me.
Cover.
Call me. Uh,
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Let's move into our next topic. We've got two major, like, last final topics, and then we'll go into the miscellaneous and we'll wrap up the first part. So, Adam, continuing on the screen as well. I'm just double checking we're on the right size. No, we're not. So here we go. Adam, two pieces quickly here as well. I'll combine them as well. So you have Simon Pulman, who's an entertainment lawyer who worked at Story Kitchen, who worked with Story Kitchen, sorry, which was formerly known as DJ2 Entertainment. He said has a lot. He said has had a lot of work. Has said a lot of work. Oh, sorry, has said a lot of work has been put into getting the Life is Strange show off the ground. So just read his quote here is on LinkedIn as well. It said, "Over the moon to share that Life is Strange has been greenlit. At Amazon Story Kitchen is on fire at the moment. It's incredible to see this become a reality. After the team has been working on it for so long, huge congratulations to the entire team as well as Square Enix, Amazon Lucky Chap, and the whole creative team. This was a lot of work, and it's just so validating for it to be greenlit. I'm particularly psyched for this one because it's different from what one might presume is a regular video game adaptation. It's a YA drama, young adult drama, part compelling whodunit, and Amazon is perfect home to honor it. Obviously, Max and Chloe are an iconic duo, so hopefully fans are stoked. In the comments as well, he hinted at, like, just his perspective, nothing confirmed. Someone responded saying, "Yes, let's fucking go. I'm ready to cry." I'm sure it goes without saying that everyone involved with this recognizes how important the music is to the narrative. Would love to see some of the same band features. And Simon responded saying, "Above my pay grade, but yes, I would hope so." And then to combine with that, Adam as well, Erin Bower, who is brand manager at Square Enix, was brand manager on Life is Strange Double Exposure, a brand manager on True Colors. Put here as well in a post as well saying, "Life is Strange is getting an Amazon TV series. My team has been working hard to make this happen. I'm so excited that we can finally share this news. We got an absolute rock star squad helping bring this to life. Charlie Covell, Lucky Chap, Story Kitchen are absolutely going to smash it. I'm so stoked." So just a couple of reactions there from two different sources of people.
yeah,
It's go on.
they went through the ringer. They tried, and I keep telling people, man, like for you to get something on television, a movie, like anything, to get it funded and released and production, like it's not an easy feat, man.
Mm,
Uh, Once again, video games are a miracle, but TV series and movies are also miracles, just because
yeah.
there's so much red tape, man. There's so much red
Mhm.
tape. So they're over the moon, like the first gentleman said, Simon. Simon said that.
Yeah, Simon. Yeah,
That they're over the moon because it's a lot of work, man. If you want to be a TV writer, good luck, man. Like
yeah,
I hope you just fall ass backwards into the industry. I hope that for
yeah,
you. I will be very pleased for you. But you have to face the reality that they tried, man, and just
yeah.
over and over again fails until
Tried and
now.
tried. I think there's a Dmitri and also Mike Goldberg. I think it's one of the other producers that they basically put on LinkedIn again, reiterating that point of, like, it's been this long since we've done it, and it's like it shows you, like, this was not an easy task to get this off the ground. They have tooth and nail. This has probably been in a limbo like state for 9 years, and it's just been like now finally getting off the ground. And it's still got roadblocks as well, because he could hit roadblocks quite easily with getting this TV show produced. Like, TV shows have been cancelled during production and stuff. In between it, obviously, again, like when Aaron's there as well, like, with like Square Enix's involvement, that's going to be interesting to see how far they get involved in it, what they're actually exerting in terms of influence. Um, Adam, I think he's a very interesting chap, by the way. Simon. I was watching.
Yes. He is a
I was
lucky chap,
watching.
if you might say.
Hey, the puns are going flying out here. I watched an interview of him recently. It's just like on a like one of those like small interview channels as well. And I just watched it with him. And like he's no different from Dimitri and like the other people where it's like, the love for video games is there. Like again, he talks about the Fallout TV show, talks about all kinds of things. It sounds like all really positive and upbeat, and people understands the video game genre, the craft, why it's becoming popular and stuff. But it's just that's not my concern about the people who are involved in this. I feel like I keep repeating it. It's not about those people because, like, if you get the right people on board, great, and they can work on a project. It's about what the publisher is going to relinquish on control of this because video game companies are, for me at least, very much willing to put their foot down on a lot of things and not relinquish creative control in certain parts of it. And then it's the committee conversation as well. American committees, especially on TV shows as well, are just like you've seen the results of it and things. It was interesting to see his LinkedIn post and obviously reaffirming, the time and stuff. The music has to be on par with this on this TV show. You can't just replace, swap out, and move tracks in. The casting needs to be right. The writing needs to be right. The story direction needs to be sound. Every
Yeah.
little detail in the TV show is going to get scrutinized. And unfortunately, that's a byproduct of what it is. You can't change that. I'm sorry. Like, that's going to be something. And that's why there's a right for fans to be as nervous as they are as well. Because, like,
Yeah.
it's one cog in this engine falls apart, the entire structure falls apart because it has to be perfect.
And one of the cogs is Square Enix.
Yeah, which again
Yeah.
is a big question mark for me because it's like we've seen recent iterations of like products, games, comics, etc. How much influence is Square Enix going to have on this product? What are they going to license out? Are they going to give full autonomy to the IP, the characters in itself already as well? Just back off that Dimitri conversation. You've also already put the production on a back foot by not getting a consultant involved on this because the consultant tag would have added so much credibility towards this project as well. So
Hmm.
a lot of factors are coming into play for this. It'll be interesting to follow it. Should we go into our last piece, and then we can kind of go through the miscellaneous?
Yeah, let's go into the last piece of news.
Indeed. So, Adam, last piece as well. Here I am again, self-inserting. I met Ruth Radelet, if you didn't know. Very, very, very cool moment in London. But I've actually included this because it's Michel's tweet here. And he put, OMG, I would love to meet her in person. It was good to work together, but we never really met. I'm jealous.
Hmm.
Which was mind-blowing for me because I never realized that Michel hadn't met. I thought like she might have traveled to like, Paris to do a tour,
So,
but like he missed that
so
opportunity as well.
I'll also give some behind the scenes on that. This is exactly why I want to be a composer, because we are
Mm,
just little gremlins in the basement and nobody meets us. We are mystery people for the
mm,
most part. In fact, so I did a soundtrack that will be released when the game gets released, but I did a 70-minute soundtrack when I lived in North Dakota, and the developer is here in Raleigh. So like it's very remote. In fact, there's a very funny story where oh shoot. Oh no. Shoot. Uh my favorite composer, and I can't remember his name. My
Olivia.
god. No. No, what?
The guy from what's his face? Oxenfree.
No, not scientific. We're talking like movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know.
This is a big
Uh
thing to forget all of a sudden.
It
It's
is.
a
I'm
big
very tired. Yesterday was a very long day, so,
right.
and plus and I'm gonna show you, oh, never mind. You're screen sharing right now.
Oh,
Ludwig Göransson. So
oh
Ludwig
yeah.
Göransson, who is the composer of the show Community, right?
Mhm.
Who, Donald Glover was on. And when Donald Glover
Yeah.
wanted to become Childish Gambino and he wanted to make a song, This Is America, he didn't know how to get into
Oh,
music. So he's like, "Oh, I don't know what to do." And so the production team is just like, "Oh, you should meet our composer." He's like,
yeah.
"Oh yeah, I never met the composer." And this is like 6 seasons in. It's like, "How can I meet the composer?" And so Donald Glover like walks into Ludwig, who's wearing, he says, purple
Yeah.
pants, and he's eating a green apple with a knife. He's like, "Oh, how can I help you?" We're just mystery people. So when I say that composers, you usually don't meet the production team. It really is
Yeah.
very remote, and saying, "Hey, here's what we're going for. Get to work, basement gremlin." And we go
Yeah.
and just start getting to work.
But it's like Baka never went to see Deck Nine Studio. He worked from Texas, and it was like most of the people like work at different locations and stuff, which is crazy as well. Like I just find
Yeah.
it crazy for Michel as well because like he moved to Canada to go and work on
Yeah.
Lost Records, got the dream opportunity to work with Ruth Radelet, and then Ruth Radelet goes on tour to France as well in
Right.
Europe,
Yeah.
and he's not there, and it's like, ooh. And even Luke was like that. I think Luke was like crazy when he saw it. Like she announced the tour as well because he was like, "Oh my god, she's announced the tour and she's going to France." And Ruth was like,
Yeah.
tell your friends about it. By the way, as
But
well,
yeah,
actually, here's a cool detail. Here's a cool
yeah.
detail, actually. Um, Ruth said to me when we were having coffee, and I'm sure she'll be fine mentioning this. She said that obviously she's been performing the Veil at like little gigs that she's been doing as well, and
Yeah.
even on the European tour. She said, I noticed when I'm performing the Veil that people are putting their phones up and recording it more
Yeah.
so than like obviously other songs, which I thought was like a really cool detail because like
Nice.
for Ruth Radley, a lot of people are getting an introduction to her, and obviously for Chromatics
Mm.
and Nat Walker and Adam Miller as well. So it was very cool for her to mention that. I was like, oh, actually, that's quite a cool thing that you spotted there from the
Yeah.
actual like performance. Which like, yeah, I saw like people paraphrasing. She like I saw people put their phones up more and like recording things, and it's true because like a lot of the clips
Yeah.
I find online are actually of her performing the Veil, which is like quite
Yes.
crazy as well because I think it's usually that and Shadows from Chromatics, which are like some of the big ones that go with that. But yeah, we need Ruth Radelet to go to Canada for a tour. She literally lives here in America. Canada is here. We need to like get
Yeah.
Adam to drive her up to Canada and then
She
take
lives
her
in
on
Los
tour.
Angeles. Like it's a long drive, dude.
Well, she'll be able to
I don't,
Europe. We can. You know what? Your car can drive over water. That's what I've been told. Sources tell me that your car is like that's the future. Can
yeah,
drive over
American
water.
cars are quality products, aren't they? Yes.
Yeah,
Uh no, but like that's the thing is it doesn't shock me that a lot of production doesn't really meet the composer. The composer
yeah,
just kind of works in the dark, and there's no really recognition for that. If I were to tell you oh, who's the composer behind Oxenfree? People are just like, oh, Night School Studios. They don't really know it's scientific,
yeah,
and I
for
like
sure.
it like that. I want to be left alone. I want to compose for music and be like, man, the music was so crazy, but I can just walk right past them and it's like,
Yeah,
oh, bloody hell, that soundtrack sucked, and then just like walk on my way. Um, yeah, that's pretty normal.
yeah.
That the director's like would love to meet the composer someday. It's like
Mhm.
it's very normal.
No, for sure. I think she said to me like her last time when she went on European tour was like 6 years ago or something. So it's like literally that space of Michelle being in Paris, then moving to Montreal. All of
Yeah.
this is like played out, and it's like love for him to meet her, but like it's crazy that. So Adam, should we wrap up quickly with our miscellaneous, and then we can wrap off the
Yeah.
side A section
Yeah.
of this podcast. So we'll pull this back up on screen share and we'll go down to the bottom size. And here we go. So last piece as well. As you can see, happy birthday, Kate Marsh on the September the
Yay.
12th, which is a big one. We love Kate Marsh as well. What a G. Great character. Day's second best character, I would say, after Juliet. Can't remember her second name.
I would pick a better picture than that scene. Happy birthday. Uh Glad you're in the hospital.
Yeah, but Adam, like, how many scenes, like, the other one, she's getting a ball thrown at her from, like,
Yeah.
from at the beginning of the game. She's getting confronted by Dave Madsen in another scene.
Yeah, it's
She's
true. Like, there's
and
no really good scene. Game March is
no, there
living a
isn't.
tough life. Happy
She's
birthday, Kate.
Thank you, Adam. She's living hell. The other scene is where Victoria and her cronies are bullying her in the dormitory, and then Max goes and sees her. At the point also when you didn't read stuff in her room and then let her kill herself in the first
Yeah.
playthrough that you had. So yeah, I think the pictures are very limited, Adam. Unfortunately, so let's just like.
Yeah. Let's leave it at
But
that.
yes, happy birthday to. Well, they put that nice little picture there, Adam. Though give them
Oh,
credit
that's
for
nice.
that. Don't
I
be
will
it.
yeah.
And obviously, as well, you can see here, don't know support as well. On this day, we remember a beacon of light who faced the darkest storms. Happy birthday to Kate Marsh. May your day be as gentle and serene as spirit as the spirit you carry. You're not alone. But Adam, look, even the video, they're only showing
Yeah.
scenes where it's like Kate Marsh facing adversity. There's not Alyssa Anderson where it's like a redemption story. The goat.
Yeah.
So yes,
It's just yeah, getting dragged through
yeah.
the mud here.
I also like the people responding say like, "I hope she's in the game." Like, it isn't in the game. I hope she's in the TV show. Like, too right, she should be in the TV show.
It
Has to
has to be,
happen.
yeah. Mhm.
Adam, I'm going to go back a bit further as well because we're catching on things. Well, Life is Strange Before the Storm turned 8 years old on August the 31st,
Crazy.
episode 1 Awake.
That's
Very, very big. Yeah, crazy. And we're also going to combine it here as well with Katy Bentz, who reacted towards it as well. Little teary-eyed
Yeah.
face. 8 years ago, which is crazy. Like, I remember reviewing this game. No, I didn't review it. I remember doing the interviews as well. I remember Kylie was 19 years old when I spoke to her at this point. No, sorry. She was 18 going on to 19 when I spoke to her. And like now, every time I see a photo of her, I'm like, oh my God, I feel so old. It's like, stop aging. It's like, because
Yeah.
you're like my gauge stick for Before the Storm's release. And it's like, every time I see her get older, I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, it's making me feel old. It's like, but
Yeah.
yeah, what an anniversary this was. And also as well, a shout
That's
out
me
from myself.
with Tony Hawk, dude. Every time I see that dude age,
Yeah,
I'm like, no, stop it. Stop aging. Stop looking old,
yeah,
dude. Like, I
yeah.
hate it.
We can't get Tony Hawk getting old. He's too thingy. And also as well, shout out to the main man, Mr. Webb Pickersgill, who was laid off unfortunately 1 month ago before this anniversary, and he was the co-director on the game with Chris Floyd. So shout out to Webb as well, because this should be his moment to celebrate 8 years of Before the Storm. Very big entry point for a lot of people. Very divisive entry at certain respects as well, but also a very big entry point. It's phenomenal soundtrack. Jesus Christ, one of the best soundtracks I've ever heard. Adam, combining these all together, as you can see here, August 27th. Don't Nod tweeted as well saying Tyler Ronan's story is more important than ever. Let's celebrate very first chapter of Tell Me Why together. We're proud to have seen this game resonate with so many. Happy 5 years of Tell Me Why. Then on the 3rd of September, 5 years ago of episode 2 of Tell Me Why was released. Look back at the turning point that shaped Allison and Tyler's relationship. And then finally, as well, on the 10th of September, 5 years ago today, Tell Me Why reached its 3rd installment. Which choices defined your third playthrough? Now, this is one game I wish wasn't trapped on um, Xbox and
Xbox.
PC.
Yep.
And you're
Yep.
now a PlayStation boy as well, so you can't even play
Yeah.
anymore.
It sucks, dude. It really sucks.
Yeah,
Good for you, Phil Spencer, for locking down the most, arguably one of the most important games to ever get its platform.
yeah.
Good on you, Phil, for being a bad manager and also taking away an important game from gaming culture. Good for you.
It's gonna be study the Adam arc versus Phil Spencer arc. It was a long time coming to become a PlayStation boy, and he's like finally here, and he is cooking on it.
Yeah.
So yes, obviously, as you can see that the anniversary of Tell Me Why, and then moving on as well. Adam, big anniversary 6 years ago in August 22nd. 6 years ago, on that day, Life is Strange 2 Episode
Mhm.
4 Faith was released, a tough part of the Wolf Brothers' journey where their bond and mutual trust will be put to the test. How do you remember this episode? Great episode. Fantastic episode.
Mhm.
Thoroughly enjoyed it. There's Karen as well. Love Karen. What a character. The OG
The only
Karen, not the
Karen we
Karen
ever
we
loved.
see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Before Karen became a thing. But yeah, great episode though. Really enjoyed that. And then I think finally, Adam, last piece as well. This is a very just a minor, brief one as well. Blacknut Gaming has put here 2 stories, 2 unforgettable heroines. Rediscover Max's journey in Life is Strange Remastered and experience Alex's supernatural empathy and true colors by Square Enix. You can now stream them. Adam, again, look at that point as well. Life is Strange Remastered, Life is Strange Remastered. So it kind of ties
Yeah.
it back into that early conversation.
Yeah. Unfortunate. I mean, Square, good for you. You got your money bag here so that you can get the royalties so that Donut doesn't get the royalties. Good for you, Square.
Mm.
I'll take my denim jacket anytime you want to send it to me. So contact my people and I'll collect my denim jacket. Thank you.
I, I do wonder how that deal works with the remaster, because that deal was done before with the royalties. I do wonder how it plays out now if they do get royalties from the remaster collection, but I don't think it's going to be anywhere big as it would be for the original though.
I'm gonna imagine that. Square has the entirety of the royalties. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
because
say they really done. We don't know. We don't know. Even on the offshoots, we don't know. But I'm gonna take a shot in the dark and say that they made the remasters and made it clear in the
yeah.
contracts that Donut doesn't get anything from the royalties on that.
And on top of that, because it's Deck 9 produced game, and then with Don't Nods, yeah, I think you don't get anything from it. I think it's just that original. But yeah, I think because it's Deck 9 produced,
Mhm.
that makes me think that the entire royalties go, because it's not the original game that's been licensed out, and obviously the agreement was in place back then when they signed it prior to the remaster collections coming out. So yeah, it's a shame of that. But anyway, Adam, we'll wrap up here because we're near the end as well. So thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoyed side A. Please do leave a comment on here as well. We usually pick out one from this side and also the second side for the comment of the podcast that we come up with side B. But yeah, thank you for joining us. Let us know what you think about the TV show. Let us know what you think about the sassiness of the Don't Nod admin on social media and among many other things. So yeah, we're always interested to hear your thoughts, and we'll sign off here. So thank you for joining us. If you are new here, please do consider dropping subscribe on the channel, turn notifications, like video, share your friends. And also as well, StrangeCast is available on all podcast services. So we're available on Spotify with the video version, Apple Podcasts, we're available on all of them. So go and check us out. Go and rate us, go and download us because you get instant access to the episodes as soon as they become available, and you boost our visibility as well. And also as well, it always happens every single time. Big shout out to our Patreon subscribers as well. So thank you so much for helping us and supporting us out on Patreon. Big shout out to Kevin Lackner, Sundy, Clare McLoughlin, YellowFlash, Jake Churchill, Carly, Gordberry, Kevin Kestis, Clarx, MrAnselmi, and also Spunger, who are all on Patreon and signed up. So thank you so much for that. It is very much appreciated, as you've seen before. Everything with the Patreon goes back into the channel, so it's always appreciated for all the little projects we have planned, among many other things. So yeah, stay tuned. Next part should be coming up next, and then also, again, schedules are moving out. You will get the Luc and Michel interview at some point. Maybe it'll come out after this podcast. Who knows? Anyway, take care, guys. See you later. Bye.
Bye.
Ready for the mosh pit, Shaka Bra.